within Shams al-Marif, there's a depiction of 7 seals. These are so often accused of being sigils and used to summon jinn. Indeed, they are sometimes called the Seals of Solomon, but I don't think this is repeated in Shams al-Marif. 7 seals of Solomon are indeed mentioned within the Bible, Revelations, but these are different to those contained in Shams al-Marif. Even within Islamic literature, there appear alternative versions of these seals and orders for them, but there also exist alternative versions from Kabbalah and Christian sources. Therefore, whilst it's possible that the origins of the seals does come from similar scriptural sources, even the seals of Solomon, which by medieval times have become the seal and not the seals, although there is no consensus on the actual seal, they appear to have very different associations. The belief that the 7 seals were discovered by Ali ibn Abi Talib, who died in 1661 CE, cousin and son-in-law of Muhammad, mean that the symbols have always held particular significance for Shia Muslims and more recently the Baha'i faith. These seals are found on numerous rings, but especially the stone of a Sharaf al-Shams Hirsch that I've mentioned previously, although using the alternative seals for some. The Sharaf al-Shams amulet is normally engraved on yellow agate. It involves a specific ritual that must be observed in order to fully harness its properties and benefits. Although not exclusive to Shia Islam, Sharaf al-Shams is seen as somehow transgressive, even Sahih, which probably tells you more about the motivation of the accusers than their intellectual endeavour. One explanation is that they represent a prayer which comprises of 5 great names of God: Nur, Mumin, Raham, Jamil and Allah. Instead of writing these names, the amulet employs the first letter of each name, forming the sequence NMRJA. These letters encompass 13 characters, with 4 letters derived from the Torah, 4 from letters from the Bible, and 5 from Al-Quran. Certainly Shams al-Marif repeats a well-known conversation attributed to Ali regarding the seals. 3 rods positioned after a seal, above the heads something like a straightened lance, and Meme blind and maimed, then a ladder. To all that is hoped for, yet another ladder. The 4 objects like fingers lined up, pointing to good deeds, but without the rest of the hand. And then the divided Ha, an upside down Wa, like a siphon tube of a blood letter. Nevertheless, it's not a cupping glass. This is the name of Allah, praised for its supreme power. And if you didn't know it before, know it now. My friend and colleague Sufi Mystic refers to these seals as planetary seals, as each has a correspondence to a planet. Unfortunately, he also describes slightly different seals and correspondences to those I am most familiar with. But this just reflects the complexity, a degree of contradiction throughout the literature, and multiple correspondences. Sufi Mystic reads directly from Shams al-Marif, and I from academic papers in English. Thus I tend to believe him to be more accurate than I. Thus, whenever possible, I have attempted to correct my typology with his. Whilst the origins of these seals are unclear, a version does appear on a Sumerian amulet. It's hypothesized that they relate to the 7 Mesopotamian gods who decreed fate. Some believe this was developed in Kabbalah to spell out the tetragrammaton. In Islam, it's believed to point to the greatest name of Allah, Al-Ismul Azam. Al-Buni believed these seals were originally found on the Kaaba, although this has been largely discounted. So let us take a look at the correspondences of all these seals. So at the top I show the seal itself, and this one is the star-shaped one. It's normally shown as a 5-pointed star, although just occasionally I've seen, even in the Islamic literature, it suggested that it's a Star of David. And this seal, whilst all seals have alternatives, depending on the religion, this seal, it definitely in Shams al-Ma'arif has an alternative, which is a small circle. So just for this seal, I've shown that alternative. Each is associated with a letter, and the letter is Fa. Of course, being Arabic, there's alternative spellings of that, and if you're an Arabic speaker, I've put the Arabic letter next to it so you'll know what it is. The planet it's associated with is the sun, and therefore the day is Sunday. And I say therefore the day is Sunday. But then why would it necessarily be in Islamic literature? But it is. I guess so much of this goes back to Greco and Roman sources, so maybe it's no real surprise. The divine name for this, so these are the divine names of Allah, is Al-Fard, which means the compulsory one. The angel is Ruqyal. It's associated with Al-Quran, the prophet David, and I'm using the English words for the prophets here, so in Arabic it would be Daud. They are associated with body parts, but I couldn't find a body part for this one. But there's also an association with alchemy. Now I won't bother with this one, but for the others I won't read everything. So I'll leave them up for a little while in case you want to write it down. And the next symbol, it's a bit like, the pi symbol, isn't it? But it's got an extra leg to it. This is associated with the letter Jim, planet Moon, and therefore Monday. The divine name is Al-Jabbar, and this one's got quite a lot of descriptions to it. The omnipotent, the supreme power, the possessor of having all power, the strong and the compeller. The angel is Jibril, the book is Al-Quran, the prophet again is David or Daud. It's associated with both the pelvis but also the whole body, and it's also associated with alchemy. Now you will hear fellow commentators looking at these symbols and saying it's a bit like an Arabic letter. I'm not going to do that to you because maybe you don't know the Arabic letters. So I can't think of anything better to say than this looks like a tadpole. It's associated with the letter Shin. The planet is Mars, so therefore Tuesday. The divine name As-Sukur, the grateful, the appreciative, the multiplier of rewards. The angel is Samsael. The book is the Gospel. They really mean the Bible, but it's so that we don't confuse it with the Torah. The prophet is Muhammad, and the body part is the head or the uterus. There are no other associations with this one. Now, the next seal is the hashtag, and Sufi mystic. I don't know if he's joking, but I don't think he is. He makes quite a great play on this, and like me, he's dubious of technology and the links between technology and control, let's put it that way. The letter is Ta or Tha. Planet Mercury, therefore the day is Wednesday. The divine name is Al-Wahhab, the absolute bestower, the giver, the grantor, the great donor. But it's also associated with Al-Fahib, the powerful. The angel is Michael. Again, the book is the Gospel. And the prophet it's associated is with Idris. But in Islam, often Idris is associated with Enoch. The body part is the back, and it's associated with teaching magic. The next seal is 4 lines. They're not straight, but 4 lines. Ta, Tha, planet Jupiter, so therefore Thursday. Divine name as Zahir, the manifest, the evident, the altar. The angel Israfil, the book is the Torah. Prophet Lot, body part the belly, and its association with being absorbed through bread. It's a strange one, isn't it? Anyway. And the next seal looks like another tadpole, although I just had a thought that I don't think I can repeat fully on YouTube. But you know those little symbols we used to draw as children? It looks a bit like one of those, doesn't it? Anyway, it's the letter Ka or Cha. Planet Venus, the day therefore is Friday. It's associated with Al-Kabir, the great, the ever great, the grand, the most great, the greatly abundant of extent, capacity and importance. Angel is Aniel. The book is the Torah. The body part is the whole body, and the association is the wind. Let's not call this another tadpole, eh? Let's call it a sort of a distorted 6. The letter is Zay, Zain, Zar, Zar. Planet Saturn, so the day is Saturday. Al-Qudus, the holy, the all-holy, the all-pure, the all-sacred, the sacred. The angel is Uzrael. The book is the Torah. The prophet Seth or Climb. Madim Bab Baha Ulan. Body part is the feet, and it's associated with both plagues and astrology. Jabine is a town in Yemen, not far from the Hodeidah to Sana'a road that I travelled along so many years ago. It has no springs in the immediate vicinity, because the town is at the edge of a mountain escarpment. Even today, water is provided by open cisterns that collect surface runoff following a rain, which are infrequent. The rain needed to feed the system are highly unpredictable. The water supply is never secure. The perimeter wall of one of these cisterns bears a group of 7 seals, contained in Shams al-Marith, although slightly different to the main seals I spoke about. God's supreme names were inscribed in the hope that this would lead to a guaranteed water supply.